My boyfriend called me ugly in front of his friends and dumped me at a restaurant. Have you ever been humiliated by someone you love the most? This is my true story. My boyfriend and I went to a fancy restaurant just for a normal dinner. I was excited, dressed nicely, and ready to enjoy a happy evening with him. But what happened next turned out to be one of the most embarrassing moments of my life. His friends were also at the table chatting casually. I was trying to join the conversation when, out of nowhere, he looked at me and said, "You're ugly." I felt my world collapse. His friends laughed awkwardly, and I froze, not knowing what to say. My heart was pounding, tears forming in my eyes, and I just sat there in shock. Then he looked at me one last time and said, "I don't think this is working." And just like that, he got up and walked away, leaving me alone at the restaurant, humiliated in front of everyone. I sat there, trying to hold back my tears, feeling betrayed and embarrassed. That night hurt so much, but it also taught me a valuable lesson. My self-worth is not defined by someone else's words. Today I'm stronger. I love myself more. And I know now that if someone tries to make you feel less than you are, it doesn't mean you are. Heartbreak is painful, but self-respect is priceless. Never let anyone's opinion define your value. After he walked away, I was left sitting alone at the restaurant, feeling every eye on me. My mind was racing. How could someone I trusted say something so cruel and in front of his friends? I wanted to disappear. The laughter of his friends echoed in my ears, making my humiliation feel even worse. I stayed there for what felt like hours, trying to process what had just happened. I kept asking myself, was I really that ugly? Did I do something wrong? The restaurant, which was supposed to be a happy place, had now become the scene of one of the worst moments of my life. Eventually, I managed to gather the courage to leave. Walking out, I felt tears streaming down my face, but also a strange feeling of strength starting to rise within me. That night, as I got home, I realized something important. If someone can treat you like that, it's their problem, not yours. Over the next few days, I replayed the scene in my head hundreds of times. It hurt, yes, but slowly, I began to understand that his words could not define me. I reminded myself of all the things I loved about myself. My smile, my kindness, my creativity. I realized that self-worth comes from inside, not from someone else's approval. Weeks passed, and I started focusing on myself. I spent more time with friends who truly cared about me, pursued hobbies I had neglected, and slowly rebuilt my confidence. Every time I thought about that night, instead of feeling hurt, I reminded myself that I survived it, and that made me stronger. Looking back now, I can honestly say that being humiliated and dumped publicly was one of the hardest experiences of my life, but it also became a turning point. It taught me that I deserve respect, love, and kindness, and that no one has the right to make me feel less than I am. Life can be painful, and heartbreak can feel unbearable, but it also teaches you your true strength. Never let anyone's cruelty define your worth. You are more powerful than the people who try to bring you down, and sometimes, the worst moments lead to the strongest versions of yourself.